Howdy, Ken. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, feeling good. How about you?
Episode 53. I am feeling consistent.
Yes, I'm feeling consistently hot because it's really, really hot here where I live. It's been
The heat,
consistent
the heat wave
100
finally
degrees.
got to you, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah. I think that's the way it works, though, right? Like in everything in life, eventually it all comes back around, and you get your fair share.
that's right. So to speak. So to speak, you do get your fair share of it. But that speaks to being consistent though, right? It's
Yeah.
consistent.
The point of this podcast, first, let's define consistent and what we're talking about. The truth about making money online is you have to be consistent, but that doesn't mean necessarily what you think it means. I think a lot of people, and we talked about this backstage, think that you have to become a robot, meaning that you have to do the same thing at the same time, and it has to become this thing that is never you never fail, you never fault to show up, you always just consistently do this thing,
Yep.
like social media or a YouTube channel. Now, there is some value, I'll say, in being consistent by consistently creating quality content for like a YouTube channel. But really, that's not really what we mean when we're just talking about being consistent. It's not just a schedule, like a time, show up. I show up at this time and I provide my information. It's more about the quality of the information, being consistent in the quality and the overall intent of your message.
Yeah. And I think that consistency is so important if you want to become a successful affiliate because your message is what means the most. This is what attracts the people. This is what gets them to see your brand. This is what you stand for. And so being consistent in your message, and granted, you want to put out really quality content. If you could do it every other day, then great. But the fact is that you just got to be consistent with that message. You can't be hopping around. You got to stay focused and really just really deliver that consistent message to your audience, because not everyone's going to be looking at your stuff all the time. There's going to be new people looking at it. There's going to be people who just happen to stumble upon it. And if you can provide that consistent message, the next time they stumble upon it, they're going to be like, oh yeah, here's that guy. Here's that professor guy. He's talking about affiliate marketing again, rather than he talking about affiliate marketing one day and maybe basketball the next day, right? So, that's what we're talking about today.
So that's a beautiful thing, right? The topic of your brand. And we'll bring that back to like what you do over at Ken Furukawa Marketing or what I do at 30-Minute Marketing. I sort of settled into a consistent topic of, like you said, showing people what it is I do in my business as an affiliate and staying away from all the other stuff that I love to talk about, which is just marketing in general, which this is really a channel for. The affiliate files is to talk about the truth about making money online. And we call it the affiliate files because we're both sort of in that same space where we agree that, or we're in that same mind of the fact that we agree that affiliate marketing is the jumping off point. It's the starting place. It's the easiest way to get started. So the truth about making money online is if you want to get started making money online, pick a topic, get consistent with that topic, be consistent with showing up and helping people find the solution to their problem, and the solution to that problem being the product that you're an affiliate for.
Yeah. And I think you brought up an important point about being not only consistent in your topic and your message, but being consistent in showing up to deliver that message. Because I think one of the things that maybe a lot of beginners, I know myself included, I faced this, was that you keep saying the same thing over and over again, that you feel like that the message is not being heard, or you're saying it so many times that you think that people aren't listening. But the truth is that it takes many, many times for you to deliver that message in various ways, in different ways, delivering it the same consistency before someone actually gets it, before that light bulb goes off and they're like, oh, okay, now I understand what you're saying. And it just takes you constantly and being just showing up and being ready to deliver that value to your audience That's the consistency above and beyond just the messages.
Yeah. So when you're delivering your message, it's not about showing up in different ways, or it's in the delivery of the message. So not so much of, oh, I got to write a blog post versus doing a video. That's not really the point, right? The point is you have a message. So your blog post or your video or your post on social media or your email, sometimes you can start in the middle and work your way back to the front and then come to the end, or start at the end and work your way to the middle of the front, or just start at the very beginning. You know what I mean? But always make sure, no matter where you're starting, that you're winding up in the same place. You're always delivering that consistent message, which is the solution to the problem.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of times you're just going to be like, oh, if I have to talk about this one more time to these ungrateful or ingrates who don't care about what I'm saying and never take any action, then I just quit. I give up. Right. And I think that's the biggest thing, right? Is that once you realize that this consistent, steady, even regular, right? Just this constant flow of the same thing again and again and again is the hardest thing. I would say the biggest truth is that's the hardest thing, is to be consistent.
It's the grind. It gets to everyone. And, for me, at least, I like to just think that there's another person on the other side of the glass, of the other side of the monitor, who is watching it. And if I can just reach that one person, just one person, to take that action, then to me, that's worth it. Our channels, we started it when, in 2019? You started yours earlier, probably in 2018,
2018. Yeah. 2018.
Yeah. And just think of how many people have passed through our doors, so to speak, seeing our content, seeing our message, and just, over a consistent period of time, and how just like literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have watched our message and listened to our message. I just find it to be so incredibly fascinating.
Between you and me both, 1 million people.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. And you add the podcast in there, and the fact that our message is consistent to over 1 million people. So bring that back to what you said, because, I started my YouTube channel with my first product launch, which was about affiliate marketing. But then when I started my YouTube channel, I wasn't consistent at all in my message.
Yeah.
I talked about running ads and creating your own product and using PLR to create your own product to run ads. And people were like, what? I thought you were showing me how to do affiliate marketing, right? I'm confused. Because if you're not consistent, right, there's another C word there, you're going to be confused. Yeah. Like, you're going to confuse your audience. If you confuse your message, which, by the way, if you're not consistent with your message, you confuse yourself. Yeah. And then you don't even know what it is you're trying to help people with.
And we've seen, and we talked about this backstage, we've seen personal examples of that happening, where the message somehow gets lost, or there's no consistency in the delivery of that message. And, people end up straying and going off topic and going on a different rabbit hole, and coming back from that after you've done that for a while is very, very difficult. And, once you put in all that work of being inconsistent, it's hard. It really is, right? It's really hard to win back people's mind share when you've been doing that. So, being consistent in your message and showing up and delivering that message and delivering that value to your audience and connecting them to the product that you're promoting that's going to solve that problem. That's it. That's the consistency right there, guys. That's it. Do we just give away the secret already? Did we?
We did, but we always do that.
I know.
Because we're terrible at doing the thing that we actually do for a living, which is marketing on this podcast. It's like, good thing that we're not affiliates on the affiliate files. Yeah. But we actually do have our own product, and we actually do have an affiliate product here on the affiliate files. And of course, there are links at theaffiliatefiles.com for all that. And if you're watching here on YouTube, there's a link in the description. Look at us being good marketers. That's consistency if I ever saw it, right there.
That was a good segue.
Yeah, we
But
could
yeah,
we could do that more often. We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement.
and that's one thing we talked about too. On backstage, and not that I want to give away a lot of it, is that the consistency in us sticking to our message. I mean, we're very passionate about affiliate marketing. We put this podcast together to help other people. And I made this comment um, off recording when we weren't recording that I noticed that a lot of podcasts, not many, not a whole lot of them, but I would say a fair amount, they're just, because they're marketing podcasts, they market. That's what they do, and they use it as a vehicle to get people on their list and to sell and do all this stuff. Whereas for us, we're just like, hey, we're showing up because we want to talk about the truth about affiliate marketing. And oh yeah, by the way, if you feel so inclined, you want to click on that link and go for it. But what we want to do is we want to deliver the message about the truth about making money online, because for us that is the most important part, because we've been through the inconsistency, or being consistently inconsistent. And so we've figured out what's worked for us. We've gone through the mix master, and we're hoping that whoever's watching this, if you're just starting off, please subscribe to this channel, watch the videos, because we're not holding anything back. And if you want to ask us questions, I'm going to throw another call to action. Go ahead, leave them in the comment section below, because we want to answer those questions. We've got nothing, we've got no ulterior motive other than we want to help you guys. That's it. That's the
Yeah.
consistency part of it.
I mean, even to the point of our emails are in the description. If you're listening on the podcast, you go to the affiliate files, you can find out exactly how to contact us. 30-minute marketing, YouTube channel, Ken Furukawa Marketing, YouTube channel. I mean, we're very accessible, even to the point of you can send us friend requests. We probably won't see them because we get way too many of them. So we're consistently ignoring most of those friend requests. But hey,
Yeah.
I mean, there is a way to get a hold of us. If you send us an email, 1000% you'll get a response.
Yeah.
Because anything that hits my email inbox, I reply to 100%, because that is, for me, it's the last bastion of consistent communication, where I know that, if I send a message, I'm going to get a reply, because people are paying attention to what happens in their email inbox. If it's their legit email, I mean, there's a whole thing there with spam emails and all this kind of stuff. But the point about consistency, going back and bringing that back to affiliate marketing, is showing up with your message again and again and again, so people believe your message. Also, so you believe your message.
Yeah.
I mean, because a lot of that is when you first get started, you're not even sure 100% what your message is. You have a general idea that, yes, this is a good product. Yes, this product can help people, usually because it helped you, and that's typically how you get started with affiliate marketing is, you have a good product, right? Like, I know this phone works because I use it every day. I'm going to show you exactly how I use it to do, right, the thing that I do.
Yep.
Recommend that you get this product and the app that I use, right? But that message over time is going to get better and better and more detailed. And people are going to believe that you're the expert, and you're going to believe that you're the expert because you're going to become the expert.
Yeah. And it takes, again, like you just said, consistently showing up and consistently believing. And I think a lot of times, because of that being consistent and having to say the same message over and over again, and delivering it over and over again, I think people can't, for lack of a better term, handle it, I guess. And then that's when your message gets lost, right? You start thinking about other ways that you think might be a better way to deliver it, or you might think that this other avenue might be a better way to go. And sometimes that's a very dangerous thing to do. I think most times it can be very dangerous, because that's when you just get off topic and off point, and that's where you start damaging all of that momentum that you've built up in being consistent with your message. Because now the people who, let's say, your loyal followers come on, your tribe, and they start listening to your message, you're like, wait a minute, what are you even talking about here? And this is where you start losing people. So believing in the message, and it takes time to get to that point where you understand what you believe in. Like the professor said, you have that idea, but I think it's over time, by putting out that consistent message, that you you hone in and you're like, oh, okay, this is exactly my message. This is what I stand for. This is what I'm going to keep telling people over and over again. This is the reason why we have this podcast, is because we both agree on the same things and we want to share that with you guys so that you understand. I mean, granted, there are multiple ways that you can go out there and make money, but we love affiliate marketing. And this is what this channel is all about. We want to tell you guys the truth so that you guys understand and can kind of cut through all the, the BS and really get to the point.
Yeah. The consistency of me creating content utilizing YouTube actually led me to the concept of creating a product called affiliating, which is basically 9 simple steps to a profitable online business, following a foundation, a framework, a roadmap that I put together based upon my consistent action on 2 YouTube channels that are independently, they stand alone as profitable businesses. Like either one of them supports all the tools and the time that I put into them. You know what I mean? Like the tools that I have, the online tools that are required. I mean, the truth is you have to have tools. You have to have hosting. You have to have an email autoresponder, right? You got to have something to build pages. You have to have things like, a camera and a microphone and a computer, right? You got to have all these things to run an online business, and to consistently put out content and to help people and to earn commissions is really a very simple process.
Yeah.
And that's what I put together in my product, but without me being consistent from the very beginning and consistently fighting through all the issues and the problems and then getting to the point where I am today, because where I am today and doing this, like the person that you're hearing on this podcast is completely different than the person that did the dance when he earned his first commission from a potty training product on ClickBank.
Yeah. It's amazing though, because, people see what they're going to see, right? They see the finished product, which we're not finished products yet, but they see it and that's what they want, but they don't really see just the level of consistency, but it's also focus. Consistency also embodies or encompasses focus and staying focused on what you believe in and delivering that through thick and thin. I mean, we're going to encounter problems no matter what, but can you stay consistent in delivering that message and keep at it? I think to me, that's like a big challenge that if you're a beginner and you're starting off, that's going to be a big challenge, because there's going to be other things out there. You're going to see a post on social media about someone's making money on Etsy, and you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to go jump on the next Etsy product because that they're making money. But you got to think about how long did that person actually do what they did in order to get to that point? How consistent were they over a period of time? The more consistent and the more focused you can stay on your message and delivering that to your audience, believe it or not, the quicker you're going to get to the rewards. And that's the truth.
Yeah. You have to finish what you started. The thing is when you realize that, if you just show up, and I mean, like there's a phrase like, we used to say, I phoned it in today. You know what I mean? Like you showed up, but you didn't really do anything. I mean, a lot of that applies too in your own business. I mean, you show up every day, you're a mile ahead of the people that didn't show up. Yeah. You show up and you listen to this podcast. You show up and you watch one of our YouTube videos. You show up and you log in and you watch a training module. You show up and you log in, you send an email, you make a post on social media saying, hey guys, it's been a while, but check this out. This product still rocks. And I know that it works because I use it. Right. Like that's a little bit phoning it in, because you're just like, it's just sort of like you're just tossing it out there. Right. Yeah. You didn't really think about it, but consistency sort of comes from just, understanding that you just got to show up.
Yeah. And I think that's like the I guess, what is it? The misconception when it comes to building an online business is that I don't have to show up. That, there's a point in time where, there's a point in time if you're consistent in putting in the work, and taking action and just constantly pushing forward and providing valuable content, there comes a point in time where you can not show up and make that consistent commissions because you earned it, right? I mean, we always say making money online, but it's truly earning money online.
Right.
You got to earn it, and you got to put the time and the effort in by staying consistent and just remaining focused. And I just can't say it enough. We had a conversation early on about mindset, and I just said, yeah, man, I want to create this blog where I consistently put these 3-sentence blog posts with 24 point or 48 point on there, because people, we just realize that people are so distracted and unable to stay focused and unable to finish what they started. And that's the problem, is that lack of consistency and willingness to just put in that time and that effort to building a business, that there is no other way. This is it. We're giving you the truth. This is it. We got no other ulterior motives other than the fact that we want you guys to listen, take a few nuggets here and there, and just apply it to what you're doing, and just be consistent. That's it.
So we both preach and teach affiliate marketing, starting off with organic, quote unquote, air quotes for those listening on the podcast. We teach organic free traffic, and we love starting with YouTube because it really allows you to create a skill set that you can just use across every medium that you want, right? You can take it and use it everywhere. It really helps you define your message and gives you the ability to learn and understand how to communicate that message in different ways, right? Like I talked about, starting from the beginning to the middle to the end, or going from the end, using your screen and visuals, whatever, just really creating an overall message and delivering it. And YouTube gives you that power. It also gives you a connection. But I also want to remind everyone the truth about making money online. And the thing is Ken does this right now. He's being consistent with learning paid traffic and sort of settling in on one platform to really get good at it. This consistent message, this message of consistency or being consistent, it applies to paid traffic. And a lot of people bounce back and forth from free traffic to paid traffic, because it is true that paid traffic can get you there faster if you understand that consistency is required just as much, if not more so, plus the investment of real hard money in paid traffic. But a lot of people will get frustrated and they'll lose the consistency of showing up for free traffic. You know what I mean? And honestly, for me, I don't think it'll ever be one or the other for me. You know what I mean? I think it'll always be both.
Yep.
Now I may go heavier on one than the other when I actually have, and I've done that in the past too, like running paid ads. That's the way I started as an affiliate to ClickBank products. And then now I'm more heavy on free traffic, but now I'm starting to shift, to go back and saying, okay, well, paid traffic is probably going to get me where I want to be because of the money and the knowledge that I've gained running the free traffic. Now I can shift that over to paid, and it frees up more of my time to do other things that I want to do, like create my own products, which at the end of the day, the truth about making money online as an affiliate, typically the best affiliates are the ones that have their own product.
Yep. So getting to that point, but you got to start somewhere, right? So, being consistent and sticking to it. I mean, if you're talking about ads, I mean, you had sent me an email, a screenshot of an email from, was it Dean Jackson?
Yeah.
And, it really, when I read it, I'm like, boom, this guy, like, he basically, the gist of it is that most people quit early on when they're ads, and they say it doesn't work for them, or for whatever reason, and because they're not consistent enough in trying to learn it and stay focused on the end goal, that this is a long-term investment. When I'm running ads now, in the past I wouldn't have lasted this long, because I would see how much money, I would only think about, how much money am I losing? I'm not getting any sales or any leads, blah 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 blah, woe is me, the sky's falling. Now I'm just like, okay, well, today was not a good day. Yesterday was a great day. But, still, I learned, this is what I learned about my audience. This is what I learned about the ad that I ran. And it's just, I know that when I get that one lead or that one sale, it's going to lead to more. And it's just a matter of me fine tuning and just consistently showing up every day, looking at my account, eliminating the keywords that aren't working well, split testing these things, and just kind of fine tuning as I go pretty much every day. I realize that this is a long-term investment, that the money that I've invested has educated me on the platform and my audience. When you lose, and goes the same with organic traffic. You will lose when you quit. That is when you lose. So you gotta stick with it, even at the most lowest of low points, when you're like, oh my gosh, the cost of acquisition was $32, right? Versus $5 or $3 would be awesome. It's the same thing with organic traffic. When you aren't getting the views, when you're struggling and no one's looking at any of your stuff, not getting comments, or you're crying and whining about it, and you decide you're going to quit because that 1 or 2 videos you did didn't go viral, that's when you lose. So your ability to stay consistent and focus in producing that content, and realizing that it's the message and your audience that's the most important, that's when you can win. So that's consistency, folks, right there, to me at least.
Yeah, and it all goes back to mindset, like you mentioned earlier. And that Dean Jackson email was the subject was expense versus investment. And he talks about spending money on advertising. Most people have a scarcity mindset.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, and they look at advertising and they go, look at all the money I'm losing, right? He's like, no, look at the money that you're investing in your business, right? It also goes again to time. The money that you're investing, but also the time that you're spending to learn that skill set, to understand that this message works with a paid ad, because this is what resonates with the audience. This grabs their attention. It solves their immediate problem. They click on it. They make a purchase. Now I have to get consistent and rinse and repeat and learn how to keep doing this, because just like everything, right? Your message is going to go stale.
Yeah.
Because if you say the same thing by literally just saying the same thing the exact same way, going back to that, where do I start with today's message? Do I start at the beginning? Do I start at the end? Do I start in the middle? And figuring out different ways to get people to the same solution. You literally can't have a YouTube channel that is literally the same video.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I mean, I shouldn't say you can't, right? Never say never. I'm sure somebody probably has done that, where they literally like post the same video, probably like a Mr. Beast or some nonsense, right?
Yeah.
It's like where he comes on and says, in today's video, I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did yesterday, and you're going to watch it for 20 minutes and then go buy a Mr. Beast burger.
But yeah, it's true. I mean, the consistency is so important. I think it's people don't think about it. And I think you as new affiliates, if you're starting off, just understand that this is it. I mean, if you can stay and remain consistent and tune out the noise and really give it that effort, then you're gonna get results. Either way, you will get results. And that's what it's all about, is getting results so that you can move on to the next phase. Because Professor and I are always fine-tuning. We're always, optimizing things, whether it be organic traffic, whether it be paid traffic, whether it be products, whatever it is, you're constantly doing this. And that's the beauty of affiliate marketing. It really is.
Yeah, that's the beauty of affiliate marketing. And the truth about making money online is consistent. Be consistent. Find a way to get consistent, stay consistent, and those big fat commissions will start consistently rolling into your account. And with that, you got anything else, Ken?
Nope. I just want some big fat commissions. That's all I want.
We're going to wrap this up. I'm Gary. He's Ken. We'll talk to you later. Bye.